Welcome back, Mathers Teachers 2. We're continuing with lesson 2021, and this video will slide into lesson 22 as well. Okay, so the tool that we're using to record this video is Screencast-O-Matic. It has a 15-minute limit, and I was not paying attention to my minute marker. So that actually is a good thing, because what I've discovered is the last 3 slides we reviewed had the wrong algorithm, right? So if you have notes specific to beginning with this slide, rip it up, cross it out, get a big marker, whatever you need to do, okay? The 3/2 was incorrect, okay? So you've seen this before, but the 3/2, the 1/8 times 3/2 was the incorrect part of this, okay? So here's the full algorithm. And we figured out that 1 basic measuring unit divided by 2/3, we need to find 2/3 of that. There's 1 piece left over. What is that measurement of the leftover piece? 1/3. So the leftover piece is 1/3 of any copy of 2/3. So 2/3 fits into 1 BMU 1.5 times, or 3/2 times. We now know how many times 2/3 fits into 1 BMU, basic measuring unit. So now all we need to do is figure out how many times 2/3 fits into 1 1/8 BMU. Okay, dropping down. I did change the format here. So remember, we've talked in class about sometimes we like to have 1 sentence. Okay, 1 sentence, 2 sentence, 3 sentence. Sometimes for your children, you and students, you want to put a space in between. So let's read this together. 1 1/8 BMU is 1 1/8 times as many as 1 BMU. Thus, 2/3 will fit into 1 1/8 BMU, 1 1/8 BMU, as many times as it fits into 1 BMU. So we need to multiply 1 1/8 by 3/2. It may be helpful to look up here at the full algorithm as you're reading over these 2 parts. Hit pause while you do that. Read it out loud and be looking at the equation, okay? You can, if you were developing these slides, you might want to get rid of this first part and do more of the explanation down here, or like I did, make this smaller. Okay, moving on to lesson 2, which is division of rational numbers. So again, hit pause, read the lesson goals. There's 2 slides of these. And then think about the application. And let's look together. Again, this is the recap. This is what's at the end. Okay? But let's take a look at this website together. Okay. So again, we visited Khan Academy website before. Really a lot of great information. Notice where we are. Math, level 6th grade, arithmetic and rational numbers, dividing fractions by fractions. And again, you can scroll up and down. This is a progression. So we're practicing dividing fractions word problems. It gives you your Common Core State Standard. And if you click in here, it goes expansive, takes you through all the grade levels. So that can be a helpful tool as far as scaffolding. Let's say you've taught this lesson twice now. And maybe you need to take a step back even to the 4th grade, and then the 5th grade, and then revisit the 6th grade concept that you're trying to teach, right? Love Khan Academy for so many reasons, but at birth, this is the conclusion, and you're going to click in here, but as soon as you do, it says your answer should be, okay? So it gives you that information. Okay. And another wonderful thing, if you're stuck, review related articles, videos, or use a hint, right? So it's really proactive in supporting success. That's why so many people love this site and the resources available. Okay, again, this is the recap, so it will also be the last slide if you want to revisit. And this is a hyperlink. All right, the key term for this lesson is partitioning. Partitioning, it's given a quantity and a number of groups, and the answer represents the size of one group. So this is in contrast to measurement that we've talked about, right? Measurement, where you're given a quantity and a size of one group, and the answer represents the number of groups. Partitioning is given a quantity and a number of groups, the answer represents the size of one group. So here's the example, 10 divided by 3. Oh my goodness. Let's start over. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So there are 5 in each group. My apologies. Let me say that again. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. You can see the fraction strip, the bar graph, and you can see that the BMU is 10. Right? So 10 divided by 2 equals 5 in each group. Think about how you're preparing. Think about what we're going to do in this class. Hit pause and read. All right, multiplication. For the general multiplication equation, what do each of the letters usually tell us? A tells us the number of groups, B tells us the size of each group, and C tells us the size of the whole. So far, we've been focusing mainly on repeated subtraction or measurement. Okay, so that measurement or repeated subtraction model of division. For the measurement meaning, what do we know and what are we trying to find out? Again, C, the whole, divided by B, the size of each group, equals the number of groups. So for measurement, we're trying to figure out how many copies of one group, the divisor, fits into the whole, the dividend. Okay. How many copies of one group fits into the whole or the dividend? For partitioning or equal sharing, meaning of division, what do we know and what are we trying to figure out? So here, C, the whole, divided by A, the number of groups, equals the size of one group. So partitioning, we're dividing the whole into a known number of groups and trying to figure out the size of one group. 4, whole, 2, number of groups. We're finding the size of one group. So for partitioning, again, we're dividing the whole into a known number of groups and trying to find the size of one group. Here we know that 4 makes up 2 groups, and we're trying to find the size of one group. For partitioning, meaning the division of fractions, the meaning is the same, but sometimes the divider is the only part of the group. So here the whole is 4, the number of groups is half, and the size of one group is going to be question mark. So 4 makes up half of a group, and we're trying to find the size of one group. 4 whole, number of group, half, size of one group is what we're trying to figure out. Okay, let's put it into motion. $9 divided by 3/4 kilograms equals, so here's the story problem. At the grocery store, it costs $9 for 3/4 kilogram of steak. How much would it cost for 1 kilogram of steak? hit pause, pencil to paper, illustrate your diagram. Okay, welcome back. Got your diagram? No peeking till you do. Hit pause if you don't have it. Okay, so starting with dollars and then kilograms. So 0, 3, 6, 9, 12. So why do you think the child illustrated 0 to 12? Was it mental math? Let's look at the bottom. Kilograms, 0, 1/4, half, 3/4, 1. Okay, so the idea here is what's 1, right? How much would it cost for 1 kilogram? So we're going past that 9 and 3/4. That's part of our equation. And we're trying to find 1. Okay, so if we know $9 is 3/4 kilograms, and we're trying to find the cost of 1, we know it's another 4th. And if we do 3, 6, 9, 12, mental math. So again, do your children need to draw lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Let's do it. Okay. So let's go our shapes. So we need to draw a line, right? Let's make it big and chunky so everybody can see this. Let's make it green, a little bit different. Okay. And then we can go in and we can, oops, that's not at all what I wanted to do. Okay, I wanted to copy that line. There we go. Okay. And so forth and so on. 1, 2. Remember when we're going 3, we get 2 lines drawn. So you could do that out. You could count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. In this partitioning division problem, we are still trying to find the size of one group. But in this problem, the number of the groups is less than 1. So we know how much is a part of a group, not how much to share among several groups. So, thinking about what's the equation, what's the story problem, how are we diagramming it, how can we explain it? Walk through it, right? If you gave the children a diagram, can they write a sample story? If you gave them this equation, could they write the story problem? Right? It's backwards and forwards. Okay. So, what type of problem is each of the stories below? Story problem 1. Marcia ate 3 granola bars throughout the day. This gave her a total of 4.5 grams of protein. How many grams of protein are there in 1 granola bar? Story problem 2. Sam ate 1/3 of an energy bar for lunch. One day. This gave him a total of 4.5 grams of protein. How many grams of protein are there in 1 energy bar? Right. So, cliffhanger, we're at 14 minutes. I'm going to hit pause before we hit expire. And the final part 3 video will be pretty short. Okay. Think about what type of problems these are, and then write them down, and then jump into part 3 video.